Okay, we're right here. Winnipeg is right here at the airport. Are some people, and here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, we're here. Come. And yo, come here. This is our hug. Please. This is our hug, please. Ladies, go. Oh my God. This is no joke. One and only Chief Acapella in the house. Hey. And the Roto King himself. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no joke. So if you're still doubting, they landed. And ladies and gentlemen, Prince George himself. I got to crown him myself. Yo, Winnipeg, you said it, you made it, and we're out here. So don't even dolly. Go get your ticket. It's going to be crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is all done. We said this.
Yes, we're in Winnipeg. Welcome, salute.
The ambassador, so
The family, come on there, you the show. Sorry, eh? Okay.
You want to shake him? You can shake him.
You can shake. Go my phone. You can go. Would you tell me?
This is Music Taliban.
Music Taliban. Would you tell me? That's it. Yeah, Music Taliban. Would you tell me? That's it.
And the ambassador himself, he go there. The ambassador coming live, ladies and gentlemen.
This one is like handshake. We don't need to shake. We just have a discussion.
Oh my God! Oh my God! How long have we been together?
It's 1 year. I'm 11 months. I've been married for 11 months.
You remember
now.
when we did the campaign?
Yeah.
How was AY?
Yeah, I remember AY. Yeah.
AY was fantastic.
Yeah,
right?
it was great. Some great videos.
We have the best mayor, and he welcomed the legend to Winnipeg. You got to be at the show at U of M tonight. Get in. Let's take the picture. Get in, everybody. Get in. 3, 2, 1. We say Mayor Scott Gilliam. That is his name. Scott Gilliam. Are you ready?
Just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
Where am I looking?
That's the mayor of
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Mayor of Winnipeg.
Just like the governor of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So governor in Nigeria, when they are outside, you see more sirens, more security. African land. Stop wasting money.
And he's walking alone. He has no security.
No security, no siren, no soldier, no police, nobody guiding him.
He does have them, but they don't go around.
But in Nigeria, you hear well.
I want everything that I use police, army, OPC, Bakasi. Some of them wish they see the Scottish.
That is why when you
All right. 3, 2, 1. Say what? Mayor of Winnipeg. We love you.
Winnipeg, we love you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
70% of our population lives within an hour's drive of the Canada-US border. So we're spread out because of such a big country, but we don't have the population to sustain it. So we rely on immigration heavily, especially as, well, the fastest growing segment of our population is seniors, people leaving the workforce, retiring, and collecting their pensions. So in order, and birth rates are lower. My parents had 5 children. I have 2 children. My sister, each of my 2 sisters have 1 child each. And then I've got a brother and a sister that don't have any kids. So we're not sustaining our population in the way that we did back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So immigration is very much relied on in the sense of having people to come in and work, pay taxes, contribute to social programs such as Canada Pension Plan and old age. So immigration has been basically a lifesaver in terms of keeping our population going, making sure that employers have employees or human resources that they can draw from with specialized skills if necessary. Right now, we have a shortage of doctors. So we've gone over to the Philippines and recruited doctors, recruited nurses. We've got people in Africa that we've recruited as doctors and nurses as well. There are challenges with respects to licensing and the education system and how long people train for those specialized positions. But we're looking at different bridging programs and different things to accelerate their ability to get certified in that occupation. That way we can make sure that we have the physicians and the healthcare professionals that can help our communities here as well. So it's not just doctors, it's teachers, it's
carpenters,
skilled trades,
bricklayers, everywhere.
Yeah, well, bricklayers. So my son is he's 25 years old, and he, like my father is an electrician, took up a trade and had a job for life and was able to support his family. My son, and although we wanted them to go to university, my older son, who's 29, went to university and is in finance, but my younger son wanted to take up a trade, so he's becoming a mason. So he's working now under an apprentice, and will go back to school in March, hone his craft, and then be a Red Seal Mason. But again, that's one of the positions here in Manitoba that if you are a Mason, you can pretty much write your own ticket, because they're in such short supply that his end goal is to own his own business and become and hire staff of workers as well. So
to break it down, when you say Mason, is just like, you might not think in Nigeria just a normal carpenter, construction worker that can just build a house, that you might think they are the third citizen, they are not relevant. These are the relevant people that are millionaires here that they really need. You don't need to go to university to get a degree. That is the second son of the whole deputy mayor. So that tells a whole story for you, Ambassador, if you are going on to let them know, let's improve some things in Nigeria. You have a question?
Well, and largely to round the paperwork, the way the immigration program works, English skills are primary. You have to, there's a diagnostic test that will assess English proficiency, and we want to make sure that people are able to be safe at work. So at a minimum, you're able to read signs that say danger or what have you, but as well communicate. Reading, if you have to read blueprints as a carpenter or what have you. So English language or French language is the primary. Then we look at education, making sure that a person is qualified through their education training for that position. And then employment experience, making sure that they have a minimum of 3 to 5 years employment experience in that particular trade or craft, so that they become employable here in Canada. A lot of times people have come back to me that are new immigrants or newcomers and say, well, I can't get hired. They're saying I don't have Canadian experience. Well, what is Canadian experience? It's just experience. So we're trying to break down those barriers and make sure people are evaluated based on their qualifications, whether educationally, and have the experience, through their previous work. And that's all that should be required in terms of filling positions here in Canada. When I came to City Hall, one of the things that I wanted to address is the inequity that is presented to newcomers when they come. A lot of time employers will look at a resume, they'll look at the name on the resume, they know they can't pronounce that name, so as a result, that person doesn't get the interview, although they're duly qualified for the position. So I tabled a motion here that basically said the city of Winnipeg should be one of the leaders in terms of processes that remove inequity. So a nameless resume, a resume that highlights just the education and the qualifications and the experiences of an individual for a position, so that their name or the education institution where they learned, it does not disqualify them based on where it is in the world. Because a lot of times individuals are saying, I know I'm qualified for that position, why am I not getting the callbacks? And largely it's based on the HR person can't pronounce their name, so they shove it to the bottom of the pile. So again, I want to reduce, if not eliminate, those inequities and make it a level playing field for all newcomers, because we appreciate the talents, the skills, the experience, and the fact that they've chosen Manitoba to come and live and work and raise their families. So with that, it's about making sure that opportunities that they seek are provided.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So,
Sorry for coming late.
Hey, no problem. It's you, so.
So, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, I'm George Peters, so I'm a Canadian citizen. And one of the problems I think we have majorly is bringing our artists from Nigeria. And we set time, like for example, let's say I'm up my artists for October 1st. And I had to put in their visas like 6 months before. That's the protocol. And even after that, the visas are not approved or they're not even attended to. So we have to go through maybe our MPPs, MPs to see what they can do. You know, and it's actually it's lapped to our names, our integrity as models and everything. You know, sometimes we have to cancel the shows. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, a whole lot we run a deficit. You understand? So how do we deal with that? Because we believe we have a voice, yeah. But it's a privilege meeting you because I've never met any of the activities in Ontario. You know, it's crazy. But in Winnipeg, I always tell you have the opportunity to meet people like this, but we don't because we are much there. So they have to give you like an appointment like in a year. You understand? So this is an opportunity to express this. How can we do this? There should be like a way whereby, like in the UK, you can apply within a day. They will just tell you there's a fee to it. You understand? You can pay like $2,000. Your visa could be ready in 2 days, in 3 days. Is there a way we can improvise that?
Well, the way the temporary form visa program is very much a federal program. Now, I know based on my experience in inviting somebody to Canada, well, first of all, there's two processes. If you're inviting them just to visit, you know, whether it's family members or a wedding or a funeral or things like that, it is very much the individual who you're inviting, what their connection to their home country is. So if their connection is strong in the sense that they have a house or real estate, they have employment, they have family connections back home, everything that demonstrates that at the end of their visit to Canada, they're going to return home, is big. The approval is based on the strength of that letter and the connections to the home country, right? So if you can strongly articulate that individual is going to return home at the end of their visit, then you know, it should be approved, right? As well as in terms of that individual, if they've had previous travel abroad and have returned home, it establishes a pattern of compliance that they're not going to overstay, right? In the situation where you're bringing in somebody from employment for employment purposes, that's completely different. From what I'm understanding, it's entertainment.
Yes.
Comedians.
Yes.
Okay.
Musicians,
so on and so forth. The government of Canada wants to give first right of refusal to Canadians and permanent residents. So in terms of employment opportunities. So they want to make sure that you're offering the job or offering the role to a Canadian first. We find, and again, I encountered this when I was with immigration. We have, whether it's sports professionals, whether it's musicians or other artists, that it does, bringing somebody in from overseas adds a value to that, whether it's a sports team, whether it's a show, a concert, whether it's a play or what have you, that bringing in somebody from overseas adds value, and that we can generate more revenue by having that person here, right? Yes, we have Canadians here that, are good singers, good dancers, good musicians, whatever. But again, along a cultural theme, bringing in somebody that will, again, create revenue. It's the strength of the invitation is based on, this is a cultural event. We have somebody from our home country that has been doing this. We want to bring them in because they're a big star. We'll be able to pull people from the local community and create revenue that way. So I can assist with providing some of the wording that could be used or should be used in situations like that. It will help to increase the probability of approval.
That is
not a guarantee, but at least increase the probability.
I wanted to interject you. I wanted to interject you in there, sir. There's a superstar in Nigeria called Yemi Alade. Yeah, and
Not you?
No, me. Yemi Alade was denied of this, and Yemi Alade is like not just superstar; she's a mega superstar. Everyone in the entire world knows him, and it went viral that Canada refused Yemi Alade. They do not even know. She has a strong tie. She is well known. She's even a multi-millionaire.
Aside from that,
she's been to Canada before, and they just denied. So we went into that.
So was that indicated in the letter, in the application for the new visa, that she has been to Canada?
Yeah,
I mean,
after
they have a way of determining or going back and seeing the travel history. But again, in the application, it should be noted this individual has visited Canada past, has been compliant in terms of at the expiration of the visa, has gone back to her home country or source country or what have you.
Right.
So it's a matter of indicating the individual is compliant and will return.
I get you. My thing is, if all this checkbox has been checked, this checked, that checked, there's still many probability that this still happens. There's no guarantee. You said it earlier that they have the first refusal to say no. But we're looking at an opportunity where we're talking about diversity and inclusion here. We're talking about mental health, something that will help our people that new confident to settle in. Yes. That's why we are bringing all this. They cost a lot. And when you've made all the plans, you're setting the motions. Yet, Canada will now say, we're sorry, we can't grant them. And we have to go through hoops and troops to get them. So if there could be an intervention, something that they could work to help. That's because he's a big promoter and he does this a lot. You remember what I had went to December. So these are part of the thing why he's asking if we can find a help.
So again, through AY, if there is an artist that you're looking at bringing in and are doing an application, run it by me and I'll be able to strengthen the language to make sure that the individual, again, it increases the probability that they will be approved.
I just want to chip in a little thing. I believe what we do is entertainment will make people happy for a living.
Mm-hmm. Great for mental health.
Yes. Sure. And why you see, likes of America, UK, being home of entertainment right now, we are the people
that made that happen.
You understand? Because we kept on preaching our gospel to them.
Mm-hmm.
That you guys come out, enjoy yourself, be happy people, stop violence, stop all this stuff. You see people coming out, to concerts and enjoy themselves, and the country we give
economically is growing. It's
provide
becoming
security for the masses, all the stuff. So I want something like that in Canada.
Exactly.
Well, so one of the things, I'm not sure if I brought it into the office. We were out last week meeting with the school divisions. Myself and 3 other of my colleagues met with our school divisions, and they provided a summary of the makeup of all of the schools in their area. And I was actually quite surprised to see Nigeria was second in terms of source countries for the South area. So the Nigerian community is growing. It's exploding here in our community. Yeah, absolutely. When I look at the amount of places of worship, churches, I think the diaspora from Nigeria now outpaces the diaspora from the Caribbeans.
Yes, sir.
Right? So there are more Nigerian churches in Winnipeg than there are Caribbean churches, and the Caribbean churches have been here longer. So again, it's a testament to immigration, the fact that Nigerians are seeking Manitoba as their home. With that, we have to start looking, I mean, anecdotally, we have to start now looking back and seeing the success rate of those people that are coming here from Nigeria and how quickly they're able to integrate into our community. At some point, we've got to look at the federal government, it's got to look at Nigeria being visa exempt.
Thank you.
I know that they just announced 14 countries that are now visa exempt, that they don't have to have visas, or the visa requirements have been lowered.
So we want to get in that list.
Yeah.
We should get in that
list. So as time goes on, and we see the integration from the community and the success of settlement in the community, I'm certain that those requirements will either be gone or at least reduced greatly to the point where it will be a lot easier to get a visa to enter into Canada.
Yay!
That's wonderful.
The ambassador want to ask question now.
That's right.
Okay, I first of all thank you for your time.
Thank you.
When we want things to work and want things to grow, we listen and you talk, you make some points which are very, very valid. But the question I just want to raise, I believe, is a question that is affecting millions of Africans across the globe. You see, the Western world to them is a saving part to Africans, because the Africans leaders, they have everything to better their community, to better the environment, but they've made life more difficult for their citizens. So they try their possible best to leave their country to travel abroad, like Canada, for example. Now, the question I just want to raise, do these Western world, for example, like Canada, do they recognize the institution, the school, the university they have in Africa? Because my question is this, and I'm surprised. You see someone graduate, spend after the parents, take them through school, after everything they graduated, come back to Canada, thinking they are just coming here to work. But when they come here, you don't recognize their education, you throw it aside, and you say, oh no, you can't work with this qualification. You need to start afresh.
Yeah.
Now, you now have to ask the person to pay another huge sum to start school again.
Right.
So from there, they think they are leaving the fire pan to fire.
That's right.
So this is something I have a lot of experience with, credentials recognition, and making sure that the educational standards or the educational training of a person is recognized, right? So we all know about, are you aware of what's called ISO standards? Okay, so in the workplace there's ISO, International Standards Organization.
Of course.
Okay, so if you're in a company that observes ISO standards, it's a little bit easier in terms of being qualified to work once you come here to Canada. From an educational standpoint though, it is recognized that there are different standards in terms of education processes, but what we need to do here, because of the criticality of the needs for human resources, is that there's got to be bridging programs where the education is assessed and deemed to be just shy of meeting the requirements here.
Exactly.
So, and this is something that I've spoken to, in my role or capacity as now an elected official, to other elected officials, is that we need to hasten or build bridging programs. Hire the individual, and while they're working, allow for professional development if you feel that their education is not the same as the North American education.
Exactly.
That way, you're mentoring, you're building, you're training while they're gaining that experience here.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that I push forward to the advisory groups that inform the immigration process, but making sure that individuals get a fair chance. Again, there's nothing called Canadian experience. It's just experience.
It's just experience.
Right? And it's something that more and more employers need to just acknowledge and say, well, we're going to give you a chance.
Thank you so much. These questions have been coming over and over, and before we got here, we've gone through a lot talking about how to accredit and accept, internationally trained professionals. And I'm very happy that he brought it up, because they don't know what exactly is wrong. Why is Canada really making it hard for a professional? Even myself was even included. I got that. I couldn't work as my own profession, had my master's. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But things are now getting better. I can tell everyone out there that it's getting better. It was something like this 9 years ago or 10 years ago. It's getting better, and you guys are putting in a lot of work.
Well, even to his point, George, is it?
Yes, George.
Even to your point, those that are in the performing arts are internationally trained and have value here in Canada. So,
Okay, sorry, let me just chip in my last thing. When our promoter mentioned the huge amount they spend in money for visa requirement, and at the end of the day, they deny them. Like, for example, like you do mention that in UK, that there is emergency. Once you have emergency, like I do what they call super priority, I think it was 24 hours and my visa was approved. Okay, now, and you do mention that if he is passing through such difficulty, maybe tomorrow, they can always reach out to you. My question is, if you are not there tomorrow, who will they reach out to? Because this thing, sorry sir, because I believe that it's not just they connect the people we know. It should be something we can pass into
The system.
that they can able to implement, that even when you are not there, let it be recognized that such stuff, to do such decision, you took that step to them, because you will not be there tomorrow, so that they can recognize you for something to say, when this man was there,
This is what they're passing to law.
yeah. Consistency in the decision-making process, I think, is what is being sought. So, not my bailiwick right now, but it's information that I can pass on to Terry.
And the last thing, just to butcher what you just said, it's a revenue for Canada. Because now, let's say I need him here like tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Just go. How much is it? $2,000. It's a revenue for Canada.
Yeah.
This time.
Hotel stays, restaurant meals, those are all.
People travel all over the world to watch our shows in different cities,
in different
London,
countries.
I mean, in UK and America. Whenever they see our shows on internet, they just click in and get their grab their ticket
And get a
fly
visa.
to that country.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Level 5.
Yeah, that's right. These are mega superstars. You just don't see them. They're not.
I'm in the room with royalty.
Some of our shows, people will fly all the way from Nigeria.
I did a show on Sunday.
On Sunday,
The show, normally, I use a 5,500 capacity. On a norms, it should be sold out. But there were doubts that would they come, would they not
and
come? All because of what had happened in the past.
Right, yeah.
You understand? So it really affected me. Not only that I lost money, but I tried to rebrand and give them assurance that, you know what, don't worry, we're good. This shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
And this cost him a lot, because
it's basically pulling the rug from underneath your feet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Egg on your face.
Even the show we are having today in Winnipeg, we are scared.
A lot of the people, they are
because
still
of the past
scared.
experience.
Yeah.
So they don't even believe. That's why we have to comfort it before. On the norms, if all my artists should not be here, they should be here a day before the event. We have to come like 4 days before, just for them to know that okay, we are here.
We don't want to get trapped just like the one that happened in
because
December.
once, sir, because people always have that wrong negativity about Nigerian, and sometimes when the Nigerian promote the event, they always believe that some of them, they are just trying to use such events to defraud them. Now, when you are bringing artists, the promoter paid for the artist, did everything in terms of the visa application and everything, went for that, print posters, do everything, and at the end of the day, the artist is being denied. So at the end of the day, 2 things happen. One, the promoter lost his credibility,
Yes.
and it also affects the artist, because the artist might have endorsed to promote the event on his own or at social media platform. You know, so I mean, like what you're saying now is that when I came in to Canada 5 days to his show, so that people can believe that truly we're in town.
Well, again, it's something that I can bring forward to the Member of Parliament and just explain, again, the challenges around, performing arts, and especially from Nigeria, where, again, the credibility has to be there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
So this is just a huge.
on a side note.
We have a huge
On a side note, I just
platform now.
approved your occasional liquor license.
Oh,
Yes, I just saw it this morning.
I saw that.
You made it. I saw it. I'm like, it is you.
I saw the email coming.
Yeah.
I had called the lady and
Just 1 second.
we alcohol.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We
Because
needed the
can't-
city's
we can't
approval
serve alcohol without that
for the
city to license it. So I saw it. I got it. I know. I knew it was you, Markus. So this is what we do.
Yeah. Carly. Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, so
One of 3. Yes.
so I
Quite nice of her.
Now we just get that.
so
So we're doing this as we go. Man.
yeah, it's all approved. So can I take you on a quick tour?
Yeah. Thank you.
See where democracy is made.
That's right.
Oh my, this one you offer.
So let me. Nigerian independence was on October
First, so we are doing a celebration also about Nigerian independence, and today, I mean today at the event also. Yes,
Use this one. We'll give it to you.
it's because we are going on it. So I want to start fresh one. It fits me. Yeah, I understand.
So
Wait, let the man be on the program. Yes.
15 wards, which means 15 councillors and then the mayor. So there's 16 of us that sit for council. So on this side, we have 8 city councillors, and then on the other side, which I'll take you to, we have another 7. So these are all of our offices here. Here's my office right here. And there should be another plaque that says chair of the Human Rights Committee of Council.
That's right.
And as we proceed further down, we have our other councillors, my colleague from St. James, Charles Wood and Tuxedo.
Duncan is there.
The boardroom. So we all have our executive assistants and senior advisors that sit in our offices as well. I'll take you to the council chamber.
Good.
Maybe you don't know, we met the mayor outside.
Oh,
We did pictures, we did some
good,
videos.
good, perfect. Yeah.
It was
Scott-
perfect.
So Scott, the mayor, his office, when he was a city councillor, his office was the one right beside mine. So when I was elected in 2018, he was elected in 2014, served as city councillor from 2014 to 2018, 2018 to 2022, and then was elected as mayor in 2022. So he was able to mentor me when I was elected in 2018.
Exactly. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. The Roro King's back. Everything just fresh. Now, how you have it?
Move from.
All right.
So this is, welcome. This is where all of the decisions are made with respect to the city of Winnipeg. This is the council floor. So up there, and up there's the gallery where people who are speaking in delegation or at matters before the city of Winnipeg will sit and wait. They'll come down and they'll speak at that lectern as we're around the council chamber. The glass at the top, this one is for French translation. Because English and French are our two official languages. They do translations up there. On that side, it's media. So the newspapers, the television, radio, they all sit up there and write their stories. We've just added those two glass cases. So we're recognizing now indigenous artifacts and having them as part of our council chamber to remember the lands that we're on. We have a picture of the queen. You can see the 3 holes in the wall of the stone there. That's where official queen was. We're still waiting for the official
Where is this one?
It's gone. Yeah.
So it used to be in between the flags. But we have the king now.
Okay, they're waiting for the king's portrait. Okay. Yeah, which what we did is we put a black cloth on it in respect or observance. But then it was finally taken down once the coronation happened, and it will be replaced by the king's official.
Awesome. Yeah. You want to sit and take picture in the you can sit down?
Take a picture here. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, those are the, like I said, the indigenous.
The indigenous, those are the original owner of the land, we call them. Our landlord, that's the word we use.
Which of them?
So this chair here is the speaker's chair.
This one.
At one point, the mayor used to sit in that chair, but now the speaker sits in that chair, and she's the one that
Pose there.
making sure that we're all in order.
Stay beside it.
That there's good governance in terms of
Ambassador, stay beside it. Want to take picture there?
Stay beside.
Beside the chair. Let me take picture with you. You take picture with the city of Winnipeg court, yeah?
Who is standing?
When they want to speak, the delegates speak there, yeah. Let the ambassador stay beside the chair and take picture.
Beside?
Yeah. No, not sit down. Sit down, okay? Stand beside it.
Just beside? I can't take picture with you.
Yeah. Hold this. And
can I see?
no, just do that.
out of respect.
Out of respect, we don't. Not come for that thing. There you go.
There is now. Just take picture.
Look me.
You don't do it.
I'll take picture.
Did he take picture?
It is law now.
This one, you feel. Sit down for this one. Sit down for. Stay here too.
Mr. Speaker, I want to bring to your notice that there are people in Nigeria that have been denied visa. Like,
this is beautiful. This is so beautiful.
So I'll just take you on a quick tour.
All right. You don't do me waka. I have to be somewhere else. You can call it quick. Yeah.
thank you.
You don't do.
So what you'll see here are mayors, and this starts at basically at 1909. And I'll take you to the other side. 1909. Yeah, so he was mayor. You can see the dates that he was mayor there. Our city was established in 1874. Yeah. So, and I'll show you the other side where you will see the early mayors. But These are the mayors that, and again, as you drive through the city of Winnipeg, you're gonna see some of these names either in streets or buildings or what have you. They've been named after some of these individuals that have served. I know close to Polo Park, there's Queen Street.
Yes, I know that one for sure.
You know, there's Webb Place.
Yes.
Behind Porter's Place. So there's many different names that you'll recognize that were either mayors of the cities or had some significant role that they played in the city of Winnipeg.
George, yeah.
You'll see this individual here, Stephen Juba. Stephen was, you see, he served as mayor from 1957 to 1977, so over 20
A long
years.
time.
Over 20 years.
And made a huge impact. So when we came to Canada, he was the city mayor at that time in 1967. So Stephen Juba is somebody that my parents would recognize his name and you know, his role back when they immigrated here. Robert Steen, he took over after Stephen Juba, but died in office.